And, I'm an alum of Bowling Green, too. I went to school there, so I owe an awful lot to Bowling Green because I was the last of 6 kids, and college was never, ever mentioned in our home. Mm-hmm. And Harold Anderson and Forrest Creason, guys you probably don't even know, you may have heard their name, came to my house and offered me a scholarship. 3rd for football, 3rd for basketball, and a 3rd for baseball. And my dad said, I'm not very smart, but I know what 3/3 add up to be. You're going to Bowling Green. So that was my recruitment. Of course, I played for Coach Perry, and Dwight's the guy that really got this whole thing moving again in the right direction. And then I coached the defense for Bob Gibson, became the head coach. And I think when I became the head coach, I was the youngest head football coach in America. And Bowling Green's had great coaches. Bo Schembeckler was the offensive line coach when I played there. Bill Gunlock was a great football coach there also. And then Bob Dudley and Jim Rule were on the staff for years and years. So, and my kids kind of called Bowling Green home, really, because they went to school there and they grew up there. So Bowling Green's a very, very special place for me.
I mean, it just brings back such great memories, and just the timing of leaving Bowling Green. We won the MAC championship on a Friday, and I said goodbye to the team on Monday, and was at Wake Forest, and in some ways never got to enjoy it. And to be able to come back and relive memories and celebrate the experiences we had here, it's neat, and it's to be with, Coach Blackney and Coach Nealand, and Coach Meyer will be here in a little bit. This is part of the history of Bowling Green football.
I would do anything for Bowling Green, and they did. We took a place that was struggling a little bit, a town that really thrives when that football program's going, and attendance. Just when you start winning and get some excitement, that just livens that whole town. So I had nothing but great experiences. We took a team that was struggling and had a great turnaround, and to this date, probably the best group of seniors I've ever had. They expected nothing and appreciated everything. That's rare nowadays, and it was awesome. What I have learned over my career is to be so appreciative of people like Bob Seabold, Mike Wilcox, and John Harbaugh, my friends that are still my dear friends. And I'm glad they got to see these great coaches come back. Because the one thing about Bowling Green that not many people know, when I took the job, I went through the media guide, and all the games in the MAC conference, Bowling Green has a winning record against every team. That tells you that this is not just a fly-by-night. This is a school that has a deep tradition. They care deeply about it. It's hard because of the finances to sustain, but there's so much tradition at Bowling Green, and people really care.
Just to be in the room with all these other former coaches, just what's that kind of mean to you to be able to be around some of those guys?
Well, I've always made a point that whenever you take over, for example, I took over for Gary Blackney, and I always warn our staff that if you ever say anything bad about the previous coach or staff, I'm going to get rid of you, because that's not fair. Gary Blackney was you look at his record, his first 3 years there, I don't believe they lost a game. And he goes down as one of the greatest coaches in BG history, and we did nothing other than respect that and say great things. And you got Don Nealon, Coach Clausen, and even Mo Ankney. I don't believe Coach Ankney's here, but we all get along great. And Greg Brandon was on my staff, took over. Everybody's got great support for each other. That's the way it should be.